Hey, we wanted to take a moment to talk about mental health awareness, specifically as it relates to sleep. You often don't think about the fact that sleep, I think, is inextricably related to our mental health. Now, we all want to do well in life, relationships, and work. And I think perhaps a deficit of sleep contributes to not doing well. There was a study called The Performance Killer by a professor of sleep medicine at Harvard Medical School who explains how sleep deprivation undermines high performance. He likens sleep deficit to drinking too much alcohol and explains that pulling an all-nighter, going 24 hours without sleep, or sleeping throughout the week only 4 to 5 hours a night is actually induces and can help contribute to impairment. That's the equivalent, listen to this, that's the equivalent to a blood alcohol level of 0.1%. That's pretty bad, right? You would be drunk. And so this is the equivalent of saying, this person's a great worker. He or she is drunk all the time. And yet what we do is we continue to celebrate people who sacrifice sleep for work. We want to do well with life, work, relationships, and sleep is inextricably related. Now, while sleep is often associated with giving rest to the body, recent research shows that sleep is really more about what's going on in the brain. There was a study in Germany here recently that provides a lot of evidence that a full night's sleep, 7 to 8 hours, may actually increase brain power and enhance our problem-solving abilities. I think that's interesting. Perhaps one of the reasons why we have difficulty in school and life relationships is that we don't get enough sleep. Mental health. So how are you doing with the discipline or the rhythm of sleep? Like, honestly, evaluate how much sleep do you get. When we don't get enough sleep, we rob our brains of important neural function because the brain is actually very active during sleep. And although the brain never really shuts down, it's only, hear this, it's only truly at rest during non-REM sleep, which accounts for about 20% of our normal sleep cycle. During the other 80%, sleep helps the brain encode, strengthen, stabilize, and consolidate our memories from the day. And so what your brain does, what my brain does, it replays what we've learned during the day to make our memories stick. So it plays an important role, a really incredibly important role in learning. And obviously we all know that sleep is another effective way to combat stress. Mental health. To learn, to be able to navigate relationships in life in a helpful manner. Sleep is inextricably related to that. So when we don't sleep or don't get enough sleep, what we're quietly saying is this: I don't have to live by the rules of the universe. And what we understand, sleep is a physiological part of being a human. We need it. It teaches us that we are dependent beings, that we're not self-sufficient. We need sleep in order to function properly, to think, to relate, to emote, to engage, to reflect, to contemplate in ways that are helpful, constructive, and effective. So as we think about mental health, being mentally, emotionally healthy, sleep, regular patterns of sleep are inextricably related to you being a healthy person. Why? Because we live in God's world, and God's created us as physical, spiritual, emotional, physiological beings to work, to engage, to think, and then to rest. We're dependent beings. I hope that refreshes, encourages, and perhaps even challenges you as you think about your own mental health and sleep. Take care.